Russian TV warning a nuclear World War III is potentially on the horizon as tensions with the U.S. reach a boiling point over Aleppo. President Obama convening a National Security Council just a few hours ago to evaluate the situation on the ground. Joining me now, retired Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant Jessie Duff. Jessie, a lot of people, not just in Russia, concerned about the next, where we go from here, because the rhetoric has been such that, well, listen, it started with the red line, and the Russians have no respect for President Obama or John Kerry. Lavrov runs circles around him. Putin thumbs his nose at him. But we do see a buildup of military presence there. We see missiles. And then yesterday, of course, the Royal Air Force was told that we're going to start carrying air-to-air missiles so we can shoot down Russian bombers. This does not seem like it has a happy ending.
Well, first of all, President Obama is going to fight with nothing. Okay, let's be very clear about that. He has done nothing on the front as far as making sure he can stabilize the Middle East. He drew a red line, as you had mentioned, and it essentially was giving a false message to the rebels that we felt we were siding with to rise up against Assad. And then what did he do? He disappeared. So meanwhile, now they're trying to hold their own out there, and we're realizing we're probably going to lose the very moderates to join up with some of the more extremist Islamists, such as the version of al-Qaeda, the Nusra Front in Syria. So we've got a lot of problems that have been enabled by this president. He has made Russia furious. What he essentially has done is put severe sanctions against Russia because of Crimea. That's what this goes back to. And the Russians are going to now humiliate us all the way till he's out of this office. He's got 100 days left, and all he's trying to do is keep his head above water so it doesn't cause complete collapse on his watch.
Well, his head may be above water, but we are seeing complete collapse of Syria, particularly Aleppo and other places. So what happens then? I know that the general mood in this country is that we should no longer be the sheriff of the world. But how do we handle situations like this? Is it just say, hey, we keep the dictator we know rather than the instability that we don't know?
The reality is Putin's not going to go anywhere. There are certain things in this world that we're going to have to simply accept. And also, Assad, how far have we gotten with this? We've gotten nowhere because we couldn't build relationships with Russia. We have destroyed that. So now they're on Assad's side. So let's go right back to Russia. How do we fix this? Russia's made it very clear that they don't trust Hillary Clinton. In fact, they think Hillary Clinton would cause a provocation to go to World War III. She was the water bearer for President Obama for 4 years. They're tired of her. They don't trust her. And now she's trying to use this for political props like, oh, it's Russia, it's Russia. Well, what you're telling us, Hillary, is that you don't know how to manage Russia because you built such a detrimental relationship in the 4 years that you were Secretary of State. So what we need is a clean slate. Seriously, people joke about Donald Trump liking Putin. I don't think there's a like there. I think there's a respect. And they can start off with a clean path where we can negotiate. We can resolve the problems with Crimea so that they can have access to this open water port. That port was under there since 1947 with deals that fell under Russia. So that port had been theirs before Ukraine decided to become part of the UN. What I'm saying is we got to build that relationship.
Yeah, I don't think we'll talk about Crimea. They have it as theirs. They've got the port, but
those sanctions have cut them off.
The sanctions, should we get rid of the sanctions then?
Well, what you have to do is build a pathway so that they will pull out of Syria and stop working with Iran. And as long as you have sanctions, you're not building anything.
All right. Jessie, have a great weekend. Really appreciate it. You always bring some great, intelligent conversation to this stuff.
Thank you.